I think it has got that connotation, hasn't it? You think styling, and so people do get a shock when they meet us and go, "Oh, this is
down to earth."
Yeah, and they're actually a little bit crazy.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
Going once, going twice, sold. You're listening to the Property Pod.
Welcome everyone to another edition of the Property Pod. Today I'm taking over the mics as Aaron and John are away, but I am super lucky today because I've got three special guests. The first one of my guests today is Suz, who's our co-host today. Welcome back to the mic, Suz.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me again.
Excited this time because we actually have visuals, unlike last time when you were on camera.
I was only on audio last time, so I feel a bit more special today. Thank you.
I'm really excited today because you've managed to find us a couple of guests to come in and have a chat to us.
Not only are they guests, Pat, but they're actually two of my long-lost friends, especially Reece. Reece and I go back about 20 years, showing our age now, Reece. But if I can just say a little bit about Reece. Reece and I used to man up the Inside Home and Gifts team and Lux. And also, I'd love to also introduce to her partner in crime, Liv Duggan. Hello, Liv. Hi, so, Liv, obviously you guys have this beautiful collaboration between you. Not only, we can see that together personally, but work-wise as well. Can you tell us a little bit about, personally and obviously how this all started?
Oh, it's been a long time in the making, hasn't it, Reece?
Absolutely.
We've sort of talked about things, we've known each other for a few decades.
And, absolutely. I continue to get asked to help people, family and friends.
Yeah, so I guess how it started, guys, if you can.
That's right. So it was just a natural progression, really, because it was people asking for help.
Yeah.
And countless of hours of our time helping family and friends. And then...
Because it is, I know you guys from retail, so, the Hobart scene would know you guys as being this formidable, team for retail, so obviously homewares and that styling and that kind of thing. And so, Liv, obviously you're a well-known face of Deb. Shout out to Deb from Grainfeld.
Yes.
So give our beautiful Deb, Deb Noy a shout out there, local business. So I suppose what you guys can bring is that styling plus all of the the homewares and the branding and that kind of thing together with the friendship. But was there a sort of a point in time where you guys thought, okay, well, we've got to do something with this now?
Yeah, I guess after being continually asked time and time again, happy to pay, referrals, free friends. Like, I heard you did a great job with such a, can you come and help me out? Or I've got a friend who needs help.
Yep.
So this was over a couple of years.
Yeah. And was this prior to selling the home, guys, as well? Like, they were obviously looking at selling their home, or was it just we just want to get some styling tips and we wanted just a bit of a revamp? Or
yeah, that's right. Initially, I think it was that revamp. That was the initial start out, Liv.
Yeah, more just people wanting a bit of
just a bit of
arrangement.
Few tips. Yep.
Where to buy things, products.
Yeah, products, product placement. A lot of people struggle with the placement of furniture in their home. So that was I think one of a couple of my first clients. Our first client was just they needed positioning of furniture, how to get the flow of the room.
Yep.
So mainly, your sole goal of the idea is to get in there and help people understand the space of their property better and to help them present the home better for sale.
Absolutely.
And that's done in a range of different ways from what I can understand. You guys are sort of using things that people already own, just giving them a better idea of how to position furniture in a space to make it feel more open. Is that sort of along the lines of how we sort of start off with the process?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we like to work with what clients already have. Not everyone has a huge budget, so we like to come in, see what you've actually got, and then work with and then give great ideas of how to improve the space.
So a little bit about that is that you work with the client. You can not only work with their belongings, which they already have, but tell us a little bit about, do you then sort of have a budget where you sort of source some things, and do you go shopping with them, or do you?
Once we're contacted, we go for the initial consult. Like, for instance, we had a client yesterday. We met on site at the house, do a walk through.
Yes, yep.
Just to see what they have, their belongings, what little treasures they have buried away.
Popped away in the corner. Yeah. Oh, we can use that. The excitement starts building when we see what they actually have.
How interesting, yeah.
Oh, it's amazing what you find in the corners of people's houses that they...
Or in the shed.
Oh, absolutely. Downstairs, under the stairs.
Yeah, that they probably see as junk or...
A Danish sideboard.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Oh, a few of those. Yeah. And from there we come back with a report. So Reece is usually on the notes.
Yeah, so at the property, so when we're on the site, we go to each room, have a walk through with the client, then it's, okay, we'll go to each room ourselves, make loads of notes of what's actually in each room, and then come back, produce a beautiful report with photos, what we suggest, basically with suggestions of what needs to be removed from the room, what we envisage could be there.
Yes, yeah.
And then a shopping list of what we suggest that needs to be bought.
To be included into the space.
That's correct. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and then that's sent off to the client. It's very clear, and then they can choose to engage our services, or they can go off the list themselves if
Fantastic.
if they're capable and they think that they can do it.
Yeah.
Most people just say, "Can you do it?" And even with
Which is the result you want.
yeah, really. Then we sort of get the visual license, of course, as well. And with the shopping, I think all of our clients have just said, just
do it.
Just do it. We like what we've seen you work. We like what you do. Just do. And it's just, this rewarding part of when the client comes in and sees their
Transformation, basically.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And even just, we positioned this couch. We broke up, was like a modular sort of couch, and repositioned this couch, and the client went and sat on the couch. I've never thought of having it this,
fresh eyes.
Exactly.
And I think that's massive, just from being able to reinvent something that people already own, because
Absolutely.
people get so stuck in that one idea that the couch has to go in this L shape on this wall.
Absolutely.
And they can only see it that way, and they can't envision the space any other way.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we're to engage us. So we see it straight away. Like, oh, hang on, this flow in this room's not working. It's.
I guess we've also found there's been that little gap in the market.
It's exactly what you've done.
A lot of people, are putting their house on the market. They may not have a house to go to straight away. They haven't got the option of renting or storing. So although we often suggest culling a lot of pieces, as in, putting them into storage, they can still live through the process up until the end. And we try and style close to the photos. So at least once the house is ready for sale, it can be photographed at its best.
It's a quick process from there, isn't it?
So it's quite a seamless, I guess, that process and that relationship has to be quite, I guess, quite closely focused with the transition of the sales process as well, which is quite important.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess what's the timing thing for you guys? Are you called in just sort of about a month before, that kind of thing? Before
it sort of varies a little bit, doesn't it? I think the shortest turnaround we've ever had is like 2 weeks.
Wow,
that would probably be the minimum.
It's a bit stressful.
Yeah. Well, of course, because as soon as you're engaged, then it's like the
bang, bang.
Going through absolutely each room and really working out exactly what every room need, like literally just writing down every single piece of thing that goes into that room. So it is a bit of a process and working out what we need to shop for. So
and in current times, what's available as well.
That's
in those short.
That's probably
in
the
that short
big
term,
thing at the moment. Is nearly in any industry you can't actually get supplies.
That's right.
So
don't bother buying anything online. We have to have it here in Hobart.
or it's not going to work.
So there are limitations with that, but.
But
we seem to work under pressure.
We get it. We get it sorted.
Yeah.
We do.
And I guess, like I said before, the benefit with this is the guys get, whoever your clients are, they get to take these things belongings with them. I mean, that it works with their core pieces.
Absolutely.
So they're big, the couches and their whatever their big furnishings are, you've matched them to them and they like them and they can see it works and they get to take them.
The biggest, bonus for us is when they want to engage us to their new home. Can you come and, they love what we've done selling their home. Oh, can you come to our new home and set that up as well? I mean, how good is that?
Well, that's the the trifecta right there, isn't it? It's the absolute win.
Yeah, the win.
Not only did they take your advice on the notes and then actually let you engage to set the house up the way you visioned it, they obviously loved it so much that they want you to do it again.
And we've broken the hearts of so many little children that are like, oh, I want my room. Can that stay? We want that. We want to.
And I was obviously having a chat to you guys before this morning, which has been so lovely. There was one thing I brought up that I really want to sort of put out to the world, that it could be quite an intimidating thing to think, I'd love to engage these lovely ladies, but I'm a little bit intimidating. Oh, will my stuff be okay? And, how do I sort of broach that? And, I wonder if, it's a little bit intimidating having someone in my home. hats off to these girls. They are the most warm, inviting, down to earth too. So look, if you're thinking about doing this, shout out to the Fresh Launch girls because they will literally make you feel comfortable in 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, and I can vouch for that because you guys have been definitely full of energy this morning.
We've taken over the whole office.
Oh, I feel like you've actually tamed down for the show. Like if people had met you guys before we walked in, this place was pumping.
Absolutely. So I think definitely if you are looking at a few options, definitely shout out to the girls. We'll obviously have all your details up and socials and your numbers and everything available. And certainly something that as a sales team that we'll be pushing for, and then we'll be obviously popping your details out in our pre-list kits and that kind of thing, because to sort of come in and do some really strong impact things, because that can have a massive impact on sales price. But Pat, as we know, just decluttering, culling a lot of, but just that really impact with the change of colour and some soft furnishings and things like that we know.
We all get bogged down with our own stuff in our house, in our own homes. So it's to go into someone's home and declutter.
Fresh set of eyes.
The fresh launch look approach to it, and just
I guess I'm interested in finding out, like, when you guys go into a house, is there a certain 5 core things that you guys walk in and think these things need to be done, or is every single house different? Like, I know everyone has different furnitures and different things, but is there a game plan before we walk into a house thinking, rightio, does this have to happen? This is generally the same things that happen.
They're all so different. Every single. Basically, when we walk in, we'll straight away pick up. Oh, look at that couch. Okay, that's the hero.
Yep.
Each room's got a hero. The kids' bed's awesome. We are huge on bed linen, so we on our list is make sure that there's a nice puffy doona cover and nice fluffy pillows. I suspect we almost buy pillows for every single client when we go, because the appearance of a bed, you want want potential buyers to walk into a room and just straight away be drawn to
luxury.
Luxury. That's right, and that inviting. Having
absolutely. It always amazes me how people fall in love with the furnishings in the house and get less they get distracted by what's there.
Yes.
And, I've had properties where we've, styled homes and stuff, and then the furniture comes out and you look at the house empty and you're like, oh, damn. And I'm thinking I've got the purchasers coming in a minute, it's a pre-settlement, and this place looks boring as anything. So it's amazing what you guys can do to create something that just makes people feel at home.
That's the magic of styling. That is the magic, because people, our potential buyers want to be able to envisage themselves living in the space.
That's right.
And that's live, isn't it?
And that's what we often find, just paring it back a bit.
Yep.
People when they walk in, potential buyers,
that
they
initial
can
impact.
see the space better than just bookshelves and bits and bobs.
Overcome with everyone else's stuff. It can
overwhelmed almost.
Oh, absolutely,
and
see the energy. That's right, and
is
get the energy of the room.
A less is more approach at times?
Yeah, it is. However, Liv and I are very big on eclectic. We like to sort of showcase and make a home feel like a home.
Yep.
We're not very good on the total minimalist. We are much more eclectic and arranging things to make it look interesting, and people can live here. It's not a showcase. It's not a hotel room.
It's not clinical.
No. And I think that's with our clients that we've had. It's been so happy because they think, oh,
I can use this.
Yeah. This is livable. It's not crazy, overstyled. Just a really nice, friendly, calm. Yeah.
And guys, I suppose we've obviously been speaking about all the positives of all of this. So I guess now it's probably, have you found any challenges about starting your own small business and this kind of business in the market today, or have you found it to be quite welcoming and I guess you've been it's taken off for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've had too many challenges. We love doing this.
Yeah. You can clearly see that.
Yeah, and so on the installation day is whoa. We are just absolutely on fire because, of course, it's all this planning.
Yep.
So that
it's coming together.
On that day when everything's being, that we get a few high fives and a leg kick when something looks exactly how we had envisaged it.
Or better.
Yeah. Or there's so
the energy is pretty good.
Yeah. The energy is just awesome. So challenges, Liv? I mean, obviously when we're working with people's belongings, there's a challenge. Of course, there's a challenge if we've got budget restraints as well. But you know, I don't know, we have it. You know, we can pair, as we said, pare things back down to the keep it nice and simple.
Is it
greenery?
Is it important to like declutter like family possessions, like family photos and walls, or does that then make a house feel disconnected? Like for a buyer, like I know a lot of people tell me that you should take down the family portraits and those type of things, but then does the house feel less like a home or?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, that's how we feel. I mean, our different clients have different feelings about that. If they don't want to have any of their personal photos, then we take them down. But if we encourage it, like if you're happy to have them, then yes, this is a livable home. Yeah. Real people live here. It's a story of the people that live here.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so that's...
It's just something that always comes up in conversations I have with people. Do we need to take all our family photos down? And it's just...
Exactly. So we have rehung picture, you know...
In groupings or something.
Yeah, that's right, a gallery hang. So that's right. Like, so photos might be spread around the whole house. Oh, no, let's bring them all together.
Yeah.
And let's show the portraits of, you know, the family of growing up now.
Yep.
You know, like
That's right.
So, I mean, that's a huge thing with the positioning of the furniture. That the wall hangings is a huge thing. We, you know, the pictures being too high, we straight away, we need to bring that picture down. You know, that's things that Liv and I straight away go, okay, that's in the totally wrong place. Yeah. We can see that straight away.
God, now I'm nervous. You guys have walked all the way around our office. I'm wondering that I've got all the photos at the wrong height.
We're taking notes. We're taking notes, Pat.
I'll get my report later.
Yeah, we'll send the report through this afternoon. Liv's been taking photos and it's a full emailed report.
Free though.
Of course.
Complimentary. Great coffee. Great.
And I guess the next thing is, guys, like where do you see, I mean, how's the next 12 months looking and where do you see Fresh Launch going? Are you looking at needing to take on a bigger team or a new team member? Or?
We have got a few backups, have we?
We do.
Yeah.
We've got a few...
girlfriends who we can call on in the bigger properties if we need an extra set of hands to
Absolutely.
get on the ironing board.
Awesome.
Do some pressing.
Yeah. Well, I guess with us, we'd love to support you, and I mean, we were certainly putting both of your names out there, and like I said, in our pre-list kits, and certainly suggesting our vendors get on the phone and get on the socials and get in touch with you.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Suz. I just, on your topic of the intimidation of styling, I think it has got that connotation, hasn't it? You think styling, and so people do get a shock when they meet us and go, "Oh, they're
so down to earth."
Yeah, and they're actually a little bit crazy.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
So it's a really nice to see, and people are apologising that we're like, "Please don't."
That's why we're here.
We're a we have children at home as well. We know the junk. We know. Yeah. So please, and so it's nice to be able to have this podcast today and just let's break it down and
break down the myth.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let people know that you're not there to take over the space.
No.
You're there just to help.
No judgment. We want them, ultimately, we want them to get the best price for their property.
Absolutely. And you're there to help and you're there to take that away.
The stress of it. And our clients are something after Gorgeous yesterday, straight away. Our client just said, I already feel so much better. The weight of you guys, you've got it sorted. I don't need to worry.
I think from a sales side of things, two things that spring to mind for me is one, sometimes clients don't want to hear it from their real estate agent that, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that. They're like,
we already have to tell them so much, Pat, that I want to hear.
So having someone else come in and advise them of those as well might help that stress. And then the nervousness that comes with selling a home. People get so worked up by it. I can't get it. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got all these things that I need to get done. And having to know that someone can just step in and help with that.
That's right.
I definitely can see why you guys become popular and why people are using your services because the amount of clients I just talk to on a daily that their biggest worry is about getting the house ready for sale. I've got to get the house ready for sale before I can do anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's always the objection of why they can't go to market. Well, knowing that you guys can come in and help support them in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can see why people are taking up the service.
Yeah.
And I guess the other thing that inevitably styled homes or refreshed homes, cleaned homes, do photograph better as well.
Oh, definitely.
And obviously that's your sort of first port of call with potential buyers.
Well, that's it. If we can't make the photos look good, then we can't get the people through the door
that's
most of the time.
That's the tease, isn't it? Like, if it's just the photos look amazing, I need to go and get in there and have a look at that place.
To start with.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I think it's what you guys do obviously helps our job easier. Hopefully we can help people progress through that stage and get on board with you guys on a few things. But obviously we really appreciate you guys coming in today. It's been fun having a bit of a chat.
It's been a bit crazy.
It's been a crazy.
Hopefully we can get you guys back for a round 2 in 6 months' time.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
We can do a special on talking about a certain part of the house and what the top things you should do to improve it. Or well,
Sounds fabulous.
thank you so much. Like
Thanks,
always,
guys.
we're going to put all the details in our show notes for anyone that's listening. If you want to catch up with the guys, what's the easiest way to get in contact with? Is it your Facebook page at the moment, or?
Well, we've got a website which is freshlaunch.com.au, or an Instagram page, or email freshlaunchconcepts@gmail.com.
Awesome. Well, we'll get all those details into the notes below.
Brilliant.
But thank you so much for coming in. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
You have been listening to The Property Pod, recorded and edited by 414 Media House in conjunction with 414 Property Code.
This podcast is general information only, and the thoughts and views expressed is the opinion of our panel, and listeners should always seek and use their own investigation into any topic we discuss to ensure they fully understand their own situation.
It does not constitute and should not be relied on as purchasing, selling, financial or investment advice or recommendations, express or implied, and it should not be used as an invitation to take up any agent or investment services. No investment decision or activity should be undertaken on the basis of this information without first seeking qualified and professional advice.